Hey, my friends. Welcome to another live. Hope you guys are doing well. I am well. It's raining, pouring for a couple of days here, but this is life and you got to go with the flow. So that's what's happening here. Whether it's raining, shining, whether it's thunder, whether it's storm, you got to get up and do what you got to do. There should be no excuses, okay? Life goes on, all right? So, welcome to the live, everyone. I like to come on and do impromptu lives, Whenever I'm led to do a live, I just pop on here and do the live. So today's live, I want to talk about life. We're going to talk about life. And in today's live, I want to talk about whose life are you living? Are you living your life or are you living someone else's life? Are you happy in your life or are you living a life to please someone? And this is the topic that we're going to be talking about in this life. So, years ago, I realized something that you can never please anyone. I'm telling you, you can't please you can't please your mother, your father, your spouse, your friend. You can't please anyone except yourself, honestly, because it doesn't matter what you do, they would not be pleased. They would think you can have done it better, you could have achieved more. It's it's a sense of um, great expectation or wanting things to be done in a certain way, which sometimes you don't really want to do it that way. And maybe you don't want to achieve that or you don't want to reach that level. And sometimes it is very hard for others to understand you as a person. And because you don't want to do something, it doesn't mean that you're a lazy person. It doesn't mean that you're like a low achiever. You don't want to be a high achiever. It just means that you are settled and you're happy where you're at. And you don't think moving ahead, doing certain things is of benefit to you and you're quite happy. And sometimes it is just hard for other people to come to a realization of that. I remember somebody saying to me, why do you have this old van? Why can't you just buy a brand new spanking van? Like what's out there on the market? You know, it would look so much better with your style and your personality. It's like, and the person couldn't understand why I have an old vehicle, you know? And I don't need a new vehicle because the old one that I have works well, you know? Hi, Mohammed. And the old one that I have works quite well. It takes me where I need to go, and I'm quite satisfied. Yes, my van has a little bit of, I have a little dent on it, you know. Um, Hi, Prakash. Banu, hi. Hello. So it's like I am very happy and contented with the things that I have, you know. And I really don't need any other thing. Somebody wants a brand new vehicle. I don't need a brand new vehicle. I have a vehicle. It works. It takes me where I need to go. When it breaks down and it's not working anymore, yes, I'll get another vehicle. And in life, you have to be satisfied with yourself. You need to be satisfied with the things that you have. You know, you cannot be looking at what other people have, you know? So it's just people find themselves in different, all kind of state, you know, because they're just not satisfied with the things that they have. And she was saying, I don't understand why you want to have this old vehicle. I love my old vehicle. I love it. All I need to do is wash it and clean it, and it's perfect. You like just imagine me having this my van. It works perfectly. I don't owe anything on it. It's mine. It's all paid off. And then I go out there and go buy some 50,000 or $40,000 van, and every single month I have to pay a bill for this van. How ridiculous is that going to be? Because I want something to fit my style and my fashion. Like some things in life does not make sense. Okay, it like, and I think it's just kind of silly. Honestly, it's very silly. So it's very important that you live your life. Live your life. You understand? If you have an old vehicle, that's your vehicle. It's all paid off. You like it. You love it. Stick with it. It doesn't matter what anybody say. It's yours, and you're happy. Now, people who always keep coming to you and telling you, you need this, you need that, why don't you get that, why don't you get this, they're not happy with themselves, and they want to like protrude that unhappiness on you. And so you have to be aware when people are always consistently telling you, oh, you could have done that to your hair, or you could have done this, you could have worn that, but you're wearing clothes, and the clothes that you are wearing, it's quite nice, it's beautiful, it's like you have your hair in a style. Your hair is beautiful the way it is. Why would you want to change it? And I'm not saying that everything is bad. If somebody tells you something is bad, it's not good. But you have to be able to discern to see when things are good and when things are bad, because we all need advice from people. But we have to be careful that we are taking the good things that align, that relate with us, our personality, and who we are as a person, instead of going off. You know what I'm saying? Mustafa, it's around 3:37. It's around 3:50. I think the time is almost 4 o'clock here where I am. And where I am from, I'm from the Caribbean. Yes. Let's continue with the live. I'll answer your questions after, okay? Because I don't want to break my train of thought. But I'll answer you guys, don't worry. But going back to what I was saying about being yourself, there's a lot of people out there who are not themselves, and they actually are not living a life for themselves. Like some people out there are such good artists. You know what I'm saying? And some people are good singers. Some people are good fashionistas. Some people are good hairstylists. Some of you have such good qualities and such good values within yourself, but because you're allowing people to tell you stuff, the true you is not coming out. Like some of you are fantastic, you're beautiful, you know what I'm saying? You have a good heart, you like to help people, you're good at what you're doing, but you go on the internet, you see somebody doing something, oh, I want that. But you have skills, like you have talents, you have abilities. Why are you not using your ability, your skills, your talent? Why are you constantly looking at somebody and seeing what they're doing and finding fault with yourself? Like the things that you are good at, do those things, and do not focus on the things that you're not good at. Don't focus on them at all. And if you do want to accomplish that task, take your time, because Rome was not built in a day. Like I say on my videos, right now, people always compliment me on my bread. Like I make amazing bread now, right? All my community know that I make bread. People always ask me when you have an event, oh, can you make this flat bread for us? Can you make that bread? Yes, I can do that now. Before, I couldn't do that. I couldn't. I tried and tried and tried to make bread, and it was just like the bread wasn't coming out the way. It took me years to finally figure out how to make good bread. But did I give up? No. I continued trying and trying and trying and trying, and today I could make any bread that I want. Any kind of bread, I just could make it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I didn't look at somebody who was making good bread and was complaining. Like people in my family were making amazing bread. My mom, my aunt, my grandma, my friends just making good bread. And I'm saying, oh my gosh, you guys just make good bread. And every time I say, okay, what did you put in here? Tell me, what am I doing wrong? And I'll be like, okay, I try to make the bread. It came out, it's flat. I'm like, oh my goodness, why is my bread flat? Then I give it a break, and I'm like, I'm not going to try bread again. I'm not going to try bread for a little while. I'm going to start making cakes. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to make good cakes. And so I start making cakes, and, I start reading up stuff about cakes. I start trying different cakes, and And eventually I found like one cake that I can make really, really well. So once I can figure out how to make that good cake, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna move on to a second thing. Until now, I can bake really well. And that's what it is. But I wasn't there mopping because I have such other abilities. Like I'm excellent at sewing. I was there sewing my clothes, I was there doing art. I love to do art. I was there making soap. I was doing all kind of different things. I love to read, I love to help people. I was in my community doing other stuff. I wasn't moping and looking at other people what they were doing and getting myself depressed. And a lot of people are out there doing that. But you have skills, you have ability. But because you're looking so much at other people, you cannot see the skills that you have. You cannot see the abilities that you have because you're too busy looking and see what other people are doing. And the sad thing is the other people are practicing their skills. They are using the God-given skills that they have. You know what I'm saying? And something else is God gives everybody gifts and abilities. So you are born with specific skills and ability. That is like that you're naturally like not like it just comes like that to you. It's like, for example, me, I can sew very well. This is something like a bloodline. There's a lot of symmetries in our bloodline. You know what I'm saying? So that comes naturally for me, like sewing. I can just sew stuff. It's very easy. You know so it's like my cousin is like a big fashion guy. He makes fashion for my country. He's the top guy there. My grandmother was a big seamstress in her village. Like we have so much people who can sew and stuff. In my family we have like people who does craft. Like my uncles, they can craft and design stuff. They can also you they do woodworking, they make nice beds and chairs and all that. So this is like gifted among us in our family, in our bloodline. Like my uncle, he just made a bed for me like in a couple of hours. I was there with him and he did the board and he shaped the thing and I was like, what? It's like, and the bed was beautiful and we varnished it together and it was just like amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else who was trying to make a bed, they've been making the bed for weeks maybe. But he just took him like a couple of hours. My other uncle who's like a welder, he's like welding iron and doing all that kind of stuff. Like he could weld something for you like in an hour or two, and it's beautiful, with designs and all kind of stuff on it. Because that's a gift. That's a God-given thing, you know. Like my friend, her brother is an artist. Man, he like he just draws beautiful, beautiful. He just looks outside and he sees the cloud and he draw it. Like we when we were younger, we had like a outside bathroom where people would go bathe, like a community bathroom. And every couple of months, like he would paint on the exterior of the bathroom all kind of different designs on that bathroom. You come this month, you have this beautiful mirage of like the sea and coconuts and people sitting under the tree and all that kind of good jazz. The next month he will take it, take the painting off and put something else. Like he's so good. Like you could just stand there and he will just draw you and everything like that. So these are gifts that you have. Like some of you are good with computers, you know. So like you don't need to be looking at other people and wanting to be like them. You have to learn to be yourself, Be yourself. We see a lot of people out there, they're so unhappy. They're so unhappy because they're not doing the things that is them. You got to be you. You got to be who you are. And I pose this question to you guys because I see a lot of people are doing things and I know definitely they're not happy. Are you living in the house that you want to live in? You know what I'm saying? Are you happy in the apartment that you're living in? Are you happy with the rent that you're paying? And sometimes I ask people questions and they say, well, I don't have a choice. I think everybody have a choice. You have a choice. People don't understand that this is your life. Like this is your existence. Life is yours. It doesn't belong to anybody except you. You share your life with people. You share your life with your parents. You share your life with your children. You share your life with your spouse. You share life with your husband, you share life with your extended family, you share your life, but your life is yours. And we are put on this earth to enjoy the earth, to enjoy life. Our life has a purpose. And I think the sooner, like most of us, um, realize like this life is supposed to be a joyful life, this life is supposed to be a happy life, and you should not be miserable, I think the better it will be, you know? And I said to myself that I would always live a life that is pleasing to me, a life that makes me absolutely happy and absolutely joyful. So I'm going to tell you guys a story. I used to work as an administrative clerk in this huge company. And every morning, I'm happy to go to work because I'm naturally a happy person. I'm not like sad. I'm not a sad person because I figured out long time ago, since I was about 15 years ago or whatever. I mean, I was always a happy child. But as I grow older, I like nature. I see the joy in life. I see the beauty of things. And I didn't see a reason why I should be sad. I wake up every morning, I'm alive, I have food on my table, and even if I didn't have food on the table, I could go outside and get food. And I trust in God too. He will supply my needs for me. So why would I like be unhappy? So I'm very happy with the job that I have, and I'm happy to go to work. And it's winter, summer, autumn, spring. I get up and I sing and I dress myself nicely and I go to work. And every morning I come into the office, I'll say good morning to everybody. And I'll just be happy. I'll say, how was your night? Did you sleep well? How was the morning? Are you ready to work? Is everybody in a good spirit? And I would say that every morning. And everybody was always, some people say, hey, I didn't sleep well. Some people say, some people, everybody give their little view. But my partner, my coworker who we work side to side, we do the same thing. We kind of depend on each other for different things in the company. One day he comes to work and he's always kind of gloomy. And I have to ask him every, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. But he's never like really happy or, like full of joy. And one morning he just got off on me. I came in the morning, I don't know, he came to work earlier than if it was a day when, I mean, I usually come to work early, but he came to work early that day and he was sitting, there before me. And I came and I said, my good morning, everybody. How you guys are doing? And he just went off. He stood up and he says, what's so good about the morning? Every morning you come and you're very happy. You're just full of joy. And what's so good about the morning? And he just went off on me and he was like, aren't you sad? Aren't you sad? Why every day you're so happy and so bouncy and so on? He was just like in a awful, terrible mood. And I was like, good morning to you. I guess you must have gotten up on the very wrong side of the bed. And I don't know what happened to you, but you're definitely not going to, interrupt my morning or take away my joy. And everybody was kind of taken back by his behavior because I was like, huh? His is a happy person. What is your problem? And she's bringing joy to this department. What's happening to you? You know what I'm saying? And after he did say sorry after later on when he calmed down. And he explained to me that he was having some issues and whatever. And, he was having some issues in his life, with his family in another country and whatever. He basically, he wasn't living the life that he wanted to live. That's the whole point. He was living a life for other people, for his family members. His family members depended on him, to live. He worked and he sent money back to his family members. And if he didn't send money for his family member, it was like they wouldn't eat, or like they didn't make any effort to take their own existence in their own hand. They really depended on him. And he was having a hard time here also because, he has to look after himself, he has to look after his own family, and, you have to pay rent, and, you know what it is when you live in another country than your home country. So it was difficult for him, and he just had to explode, and people tend to explode on somebody, somebody of their picking that they think, sometimes who is either too joyful or somebody who's kind of quiet because, like that. Because I work in that department And I always make peace. I don't get involved in things that are not necessary, and I don't take part in things that I think is not necessary for me. You understand? The company could be doing something, and once it's not like a necessity for me, I'm not involved. You understand? And these are choices that I make in my life so that I can have a peace of mind. I want to live my life in my own existence, not as a selfish person, but as a person whose cup is always full. You know what I'm saying? So I can be able to bless other people, you know? Because the sad thing is, some of there are a lot of people who are living out there and their cup is always empty. You know, they're always on the verge of something. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my rent. I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy gas. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay for my kids to go to school. Like, I don't. You know, that's the consistent life for them. You know, and a long time ago, I already said to myself, like, I don't want to live that existence. When I was much younger, if I was married, I make sure that I live very like close to people who I cared about in that time. So in case I need somebody, they're not too far away. I was very particular in the friends that I made. I was very particular in the place that I work. I didn't want to work very far, so I'll be spending like a long time like commuting. I was very careful in the place that I rented because I didn't want to be paying like exorbitant amount of rent and I didn't have the money to support myself. Or if I want to travel or take some trip or something like that, I didn't want to be worried and say, oh, I gotta work and you know I can't do this and I can't do that. I always want to enjoy myself and live the life that pleasing to me. So I ask you guys, whose life are you living? Are you living your life or are you living somebody else's life? Are you living the life because your friends are doing all that kind of stuff and you want to do it too? Or are you just this quiet, calm person who's just chill and you don't have time for that, but these people are your friends for a long time ago and you don't want to like let them go, you know, because that's your friend. Because like when I was younger, I had lots of friends, right? People always calling, people coming over to my house, coming to eat, all kind of stuff, you know. But at some point, I had to just cut that out because I said to myself, like, I love people. I love people. Don't get me wrong. I love people. But so like some of the things that they were doing, it was just not my thing. I wasn't like into that kind of stuff. So we had certain things in common and certain things we didn't have in common. And sometimes those things clash, you know what I'm saying? Which is okay sometimes, but when you have too much of clashes of things on one side, it's not good. So you don't have to like completely break out a friendship because of certain things because everybody have, you know, different things that they enjoy or not enjoy, but you have to be make sure that you have to make sure there's like a fine line, you know, like there is like some kind of compatibility somewhere and there's some kind of boundary, you know. And I quickly realized that some people they don't want boundaries, you know. They just expect you to just go along and do that, and if you don't do certain things they find you weird. So when this kind of vibes come in a friendship or a relationship or whatever it is, that's not my vibe. So like I said, I want to live my life, you know, and I want to be happy with myself. I want to be happy within myself, and so I have to cut that friendship off. Now we don't. If we see each other, we're still good. We say hi, we hug, we you know how things, blah blah blah. But we're not hanging out and doing certain things like we used to do before. You know what I'm saying? So that's something important. And if even if somebody says something like negative and say, oh, you know, she doesn't hang out with me, oh, blah, 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 it's okay because we're just not on the same vibe. We're just not riding the same train anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So I every single day I ask myself, whose life am I living? Is it mine or somebody else's? Now I'm a mom, right? And I have to look after my children. I'm a wife. I have to look after my husband. And I'm a person with a character. And I'm an individual also, you know? So it's like all these things have to be combined into one, but it's still me, and I still have to be happy with all those stuff, you know. So I'm saying, you know, we get married, or you may be in a relationship and you're gonna get married, or you have a spouse, whatever you choose. Everybody can choose whatever life they want to live. That's everybody can ride their own boat, you know. So whichever life you live, make sure that you're happy and that you're living a life that is pleasing to you and that somebody's not forcing you to live their life. Oh, you don't like fishing, but every day you have to go fishing. Why? You hate fishing. Why should you go fishing? It's like in my family, I make it plain and clear. Listen, me, I don't like these things. So don't ask me. I'm not going and I'm not coming. And when I say something, I mean it. Okay, I'm not doing it. When I was much younger and I was under my parents' ruling, I was a very tough person to deal with. Honestly, I was. In the sense that I have very strong values and beliefs, right, of my own, which my own families they don't have. And they always say, "Why are you so stubborn, girl? Everything with you is like a fight. Why? Why can't you just be a normal person?" But I'm not normal when it comes to those things. Like people think these things are like you're not normal because you're not going with everybody else. You're not fitting inside of the box. You understand? But that's how I was created to not fit in the box. And a lot of you who are out there, you're created to not fit in the box. And you are fitting yourself in the box. You're not supposed to be there. That's why we have all these problems in society. We have mental health, we have, people are just taking medications and all that kind of stuff because people are not happy. You've been forced to do stuff. You live in a house. Oh yeah, your family wants to live in that house, or your partner wants to live in the house, but you guys can afford it. And you would not say no. Like you work in this job, 1 to 3 jobs, to live in the house to please your partner. Why? You gotta say no. Listen, baby, this house is beautiful. It's nice. It has all the things, but it's not for me. You understand? I don't have the money. We don't have the money. So we can't live in this house. And I'm not going to work 2 jobs to live in this house. And that's basically it. You have to say no to things. Somebody asked me the last time, oh, somebody asked me, how do you do XYZ, blah, blah, blah? You're so like strict on certain stuff. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm not a perfect person, but I've learned certain stuff. That things make you unhappy. It gives you sleepless night. And did I have sleepless nights at one point? Yes. I was young, I was, inexperienced, I didn't know certain stuff. And I'm like, well, maybe if I do that, it's going to be okay. People are going to be like thinking, they're going to accept me more. Hey, that doesn't work. The more you do stuff, the more they want you to do things. And before you know it, you're over your head in things that you hate. You understand? So that is why if something doesn't go right with you, if something is not something that you like, say no. If you're working somewhere and somebody asks you to do some kind of job, listen, no, I don't want to do it. Say no. I'm going to give you another little story. Somebody told me, oh, they got their dream job. You go to school and you study a certain career, and all of a sudden you get this call one day that for this job that you always wanted. You wanted that job. So finally you get that job, everything is going well, and you're so happy you're going to make the money that you want, and you have your life plans, and you're going to buy this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to save this amount of money, blah, 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 okay? Because that's what you want. But then you go in the job and you realize that the job doesn't suit your value as a person, that this job is not making you happy. So this particular story about this girl, she found her dream job. She found this job was just perfect because that's the job that she wanted. And then she goes in there and her boss is like a cheater. Her boss is married with his wife and his kids. And he has other girls coming into this office and he's asking her to like say, oh, because she's the one that makes the meeting. She's the one that like sets up things for the company, different events and all that kind of stuff, And when his girlfriends come over at the office, he's telling her, if my wife calls, say I'm not in, that's lying. If this person coming, say I'm not available, he wants her to book different flights for him that doesn't relate to the company, that's personal things for himself and these girls that he's cheating with and all that kind of stuff. So she was at a dilemma. She was like, what should I do? That doesn't suit my value. Plus, that has nothing to do with work. I know he's my boss, but he's asking me to do stuff that is personal things, and that was making her really, really unhappy. And she was very, very, very unhappy. And I'm saying to myself, because I love myself, because I love my existence, because I love my peace of mind, and I would like to remain stress free, you know what I'll do? I'll quit that. First of all, I would have talked to the boss and tell him, listen, when I took this job, I am here to do company work. I'm not here to do your personal life, you and your wife. I am not. And you know what? When I used to take office jobs and I used to do office jobs, I used to tell the boss that, and they were very shocked. They were very shocked at me. I'm like, listen, I'm going to be answering your telephone. I'm going to be doing this, that, but I'm not going to be telling somebody that you're not there, that when you are in there. All right. I told them plain, I was like, I'm not going to be a liar in this company. I'm not lying for anybody in this company. And they're like, huh? So, and they make up all these scenarios asking me, so if I'm like, no, I'm not a liar. I'm never going to lie in this company for you or for anybody. I'm going to be honest in the company. I just make myself very, very clear whenever I get any administrative job or any of those kind of jobs that I'm doing. So I can't say that I've worked in a company and I ever had any problems because I made myself clear from the beginning. But some people, they don't make themselves clear from the beginning because they're trying to get this dream job and they're so scared because they set up their life in a way that you should never need something so much that it causes you to go beyond what you believe, that your own values, your core characteristic, you as a person, you should never put yourself in a position where you need something so badly. That what causes people to get themselves in all kind of stressful situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, if I lose my house, if I lose my vehicle, if I lose any materialistic thing, for me, it's no big deal. Honestly, it is not. Once I have life, once I have health, once I'm alive, that's what's important to me. Materialistic things are not important to me. I can live in a tiny mud hut with my family. Once I have food and I'm healthy, that's what's matter to me. Now, luxury things like a nice house, a nice car, being able to go outside and walk and do certain things, having money in the bank, it's a luxury, it's nice, but that shouldn't be what define you. We need money to live, we need money to buy things and to survive. But this thing shouldn't define you as a person, you know. You should learn to love yourself the way you are, love your hair on your head, love your eyes, love your face, love your lips, love every part of you, how you are, and accept yourself truly and don't want to be like somebody else. If you have short, thin hair, that's okay. That's the hair you have on your head. You know, if your lips are thin, so what? That's the lips you have. That's the lips you are born with, you know. The problem is a lot of people don't accept themselves. And why you don't accept yourself? Because you keep comparing yourself with other people. But you shouldn't be doing that because you are beautiful the way you are. Honestly, you are, and you have all these beautiful characteristics and all these beautiful things that is inside of you that you need to show people who you are. Show people who you are. And there's a lot of negative people who are out there, and they are negative because they are feeling bad about themselves. That is why. When people come online and they start saying things and calling you names or coming in your live and do certain stuff, or even you in school and people are making fun of you, they're not happy with themselves. So they're projecting their own happiness on you. And that is something that you have to realize. It's like, even as adults, as an adult, I'm able to see that. Like, there's adults who I work with, people in my own community, I see the behavior. And I say, sometimes if some of them are confrontational and they start behaving badly, I just say, listen to me. You're having a really bad day, or something is making you unhappy, but don't project your unhappiness on me because I am a happy person. And sometimes they kind of, stop, because people who are unhappy, when they make other people unhappy, they expect the person who they're trying to make unhappy to be sad or cry or some kind of stuff. They don't expect you to just stand up and tell them, listen, you are the devil. Okay. You're acting very ridiculous. Something is wrong with you. You need to fix yourself. I don't need to fix me. I'm quite fine. I can help you if you want some fixing because I can clearly see that you're not okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they're shocked and taken aback because they didn't expect that. You know, it's like people who are bullies out there. You know, they take your lunch money, they do all that kind of stuff to you because you're just like, "Ah." That's what they want. This is the thing that people want. You know, they want to push you around. They want to tell you what to do in your life. They don't want you to live your life. They want you to be unhappy and miserable because they're unhappy and miserable. There's a saying that we say back home: misery love company. If somebody's a miserable person, they want another miserable person to join them. If somebody's a bully, they want another bully to join them to make more trouble. You understand what I'm saying? So that is why you always have to be happy in yourself. Be confident in yourself and do not make anybody push you around. Do not make anybody cause you to live their life because somebody else's life is not your life. It is their life. It is not yours. You have your own life that you must live. And you will have problems if you start living somebody else's life. You understand? You will. If you're married and your husband is trying to make you live in some kind of life that doesn't is not compatible to you, goodbye, brother. See you. You understand? Or be careful before you're married. Some people, they get married and they don't take a long enough time to know the individual, the person. They're too quick because some people, they into the lust. They're so lust take them over, and before they know it, you're married to somebody, and the person is not the person that you uh, think they were. So that's why it's so important. Like the scripture said, we have to prove people. You need to prove. We need to prove. And marriage is a serious thing, and you don't want to get caught in something, especially if you have children. It's a sad situation. We see what divorce cause, and this is like a terrible thing. So we have to prevent ourselves from being in this situation. But a lot of women and men have low self-esteem because they don't like themselves. They don't accept the person that they are. They don't accept the body that they're in. You understand? They don't accept the body that was given to them from above. I want to say something to you guys. It's like you are made perfect. And I don't care what anybody says. Don't tell me nothing about handicapped people. Don't tell me anything about people who can't speak. Don't tell me anything. You're not the maker of people. The Most High is the one who makes people. And if he made somebody in a certain way, there is a reason for it. You understand me? So when I see somebody who has some disability or something, I don't look down on them at all because they have ability. Disability doesn't mean inability. All right? Somebody may be in a wheelchair, they still have ability to do something. I was watching this morning, this girl, she doesn't have any hands, but she has legs and she has a baby, a toddler, and she's looking after her child, and she's married and she's doing all the housework. And you see, she learned to use her legs to do things, and she's quite fine. She's happy. Every time I see her, she's always smiling. I don't live in a house. I don't know if she's sad sometimes, but whenever she comes on air, she's smiling and stuff like that. And I hope that she's smiling all the time. You know what I mean? And so it is very important that we are happy with ourselves. You don't need that $100,000 car. That little caravan that you pay $5,000 for, it's fine. That little room that you're living in, paint it, make it nice, put some carpet on the floor. That little outside kitchen that you have, sweep it when you go inside of it. That bench that you're sitting on, paint it, do something nice to it. That's what you got. You understand me? If you're living in some country, you don't have these mansions that you see on TV, don't worry about it, my friend. Living in those big mansions make you tired. You have to clean, and this many bathrooms, this house you have so many bathrooms. I'm telling you, if we use all those bathrooms, I'll be tired cleaning those bathrooms. You understand? The grass is not always greener on the other side. You understand? Be satisfied with such things that you have. The scripture said, be satisfied with what you have, because the Lord is going to elevate you when you're taking care of the things that you have. This is scripture, So a lot of us, we're so unsatisfied with ourselves. Hence the reason that we don't have anything, because whatever you believe in. If you believe in the universe is not going to bless you. Okay? If you believe in Mother Earth is not going to bless you. All right? But I believe in the Most High. And in my scripture, it says, If you're not satisfied with the things that you have, there's no way the Most High is going to bless you with anything else. You have a little house, a one-bedroom house. You're not getting rained on. You have food. You want a big mansion, and you're not even taking care of the little house that you have. Why? Do you think the Most High doesn't have any sense? He's the one that created you. He knows better. He's never going to give you a mansion. You understand? You have a little car. The muffler is going boo. You want an auto car. Go fix that muffler of your car first. You understand? Take good care of it. Wash it. Vacuum it. Love that car. Take it to the garage. Fix it up nicely. Then the Most High is going to bless you with a $50,000 car. You're looking at some girl online saying, oh my gosh, she's so fancy, she's so this, she's so that, whatever. But you're not even satisfied with yourself. How would you get this beautiful girl if you don't love yourself? How are you going to love her? You know what I'm saying? Like, the powers that be is not going to send you that girl, because the powers that be know that you're not happy with yourself. So you're never going to be happy with her. You're going to make this girl miserable when you get her, or vice versa. Or you're going to make that man miserable when you get him, because you're not happy with yourself, because you're not living your life. You're not living your existence. You're not living your ruha. You're living somebody else's life. Your eyes is always over there, instead of like focusing on you, on focusing on all the beauty that you have inside of you, all the goodness that you have inside of you, all the things that you can do for yourself and others, because you're looking consistently outside, you're not doing anything for yourself, neither are you doing things for anybody. So therefore, if you're not investing in yourself, you're not going to go forward. And if you're not helping others, people can't help you. So you're not going to be blessed. You understand? So it's very important that we live our life, right? Live the life that we should be living, so that we can reach our goals. We can be happy within ourselves as an individual, as a person. We don't have to be disrespectful when we're living our life, but we have to set boundaries in our life, and we have to do things that is truly making us be the best that we can be, bringing us to our full potential, so that's really, really, really important in our life. And so that is why I wanted to talk about this on the channel, because I noticed a lot of things, whether in my family, with my colleagues, my friends, my relatives, my extended family. I see a lot of things, and I am like the black sheep. And I don't care, because I am very happy with myself, honestly. I'm happy with myself. Like, I don't, the neighbor has a big house, he has 20 cars. I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? He has a jet, doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to do like movies before, and I've been on set with many actors, and I've never been like, oh, can I take a photo? Oh, can I do this? Oh, there's Julia Roberts. There's Anthony Anderson. Like, no, like, I don't care. They're just a person like me. Why do I need a photograph of you? Why? What's the big deal? It's like, I remember one time I was on one set as an extra on a set with Loretta Divine. And when you're doing movies, you're told, like, all the extras, all the whatever part you play, you're told, like, don't go talking to the lead characters. Like, don't go trying to talk to them. If they talk to you, that's okay, because they're telling you that because they don't want the botheration on the set. Because some of you out there, you're like crazy. You're just like crazy. Oh my God, it's just Michael Jackson. Let me take a photo when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff. And the last movie I did was, as an extra, was the King Ransom. And Loretta Divine was the person who was starring in the movie. And there was a scene where it was like in a police station, because somebody was kidnapped and stuff like that in the movie. And then that day was a very, very hot day. And I was supposed to be close to her, talking with some other people, because we like saying, oh my gosh, how did that happen? Blah, blah, blah. That was in the screenplay of the movie. And then when the guy said cut, then she was like standing right next to me. And then she came up to me and she started talking to me. I mean, she saw me on the set because I was on the set and I was always sitting reading. Like I was always reading. Everybody was just like, trying to get some conversation, hoping she would talk to me. I didn't care. I was just minding my business. I was eating food and I was just reading or standing by the window waiting for when it's my, sometimes they say change clothes or we need a different costume or whatever. That was me. I was just very focused. I was focused on doing my part, getting paid and going home. I didn't have no time for all the drama. You understand? I don't care about taking a photograph with any star. They're just a person like me. So she came up to me and she started talking to me. She was like, "Oh, it's such a nice day, blah, blah, blah." And she was just talking. I'm like, "Yeah, it's a nice day. It's good. It's a nice day, but it's very hot." And just having a main conversation. Then after I said, "Oh, I gotta go." So I left because the scene was already cut. And if like the person is talking to you, like the producer is not gonna say like, "Oh, Loretta, let's go." Like, no, they're not gonna do that. Anyway, so I said, "Okay, gotta go." So I left. So when we went back now to lunch in the lunchroom, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, you were talking to Loretta Divine." I was like, "So? So? Who cares? This Loretta Divine. She's just a movie star like you. She goes to the bathroom. She's just like, so what? And everybody was like, "I can't believe it. Why didn't you ask her to take a picture? Because she's the one who came to talk to you." I'm like, "I don't need a picture from Loretta Divine because she's just a person out there." And hi, Loretta Divine. You may not remember me, but yeah, we was on the set together, because you did so many movies. You're going to remember people who was on the set with you. But anyways, if you ever come across this video, I just want to say hi. You're a very nice lady, But I mean, like, are you living your life? I was on those sets and I was living my life. You know what I'm saying? I was living my life. I saw Anthony Anderson. I saw many stars, but I never saw any photograph. I don't care. I don't care about Julia Roberts. Who cares? Like, she's a person like me. I don't care about Anthony Anderson's a very funny person. I was on a set with him in Montreal, and I was just lost, just like cracking a lot of jokes. But anyways, the whole point about it is learn to be yourself. Don't be gaga googling over people. Don't try to be somebody that you are not. If you're a calm and collective person, be a calm and collective person. If you are a person who's just, like to go with the flow, go with the flow. Don't let anybody tell you, "Oh, well, do this. Oh, well, why don't you be this person?" But you're not. You're you. So just be you and be yourself and make sure that you live in your life. Don't let anybody push you around. I don't care who they are. Have respect for the elders, have respect for your parents, respect your spouse, but let them know, "Listen, I am not going to do that. I'm not going to be part of these things because these things will make me happy and I don't want to be stressed and I just want to live a life of peace and joy and enjoyment. So when I go to see my maker or whoever you believe in, you will be happy. You understand? You wouldn't regret living this life and didn't do certain stuff, you know? Somebody who own a home was telling me that most of the times when like old people, like elderly people in their home, when you talk to them, they say, "Oh, my biggest regret in life is I didn't have children. Or my biggest regret in life that my parents forced me into a career that I really hated." You know what I'm saying? So this man is saying that he hears so much regrets in his elderly home that he owns. He says the elderly people, they have so much regrets in their life. "Oh, if I had to live my life over again, I would do that." You guys, don't let that happen to you. Okay, live a life that you wouldn't have any regrets when you're old or when you're dying or something like that, and you'll be like, "Yes, I live my life. I'm happy. Just live the life that you want." If you're a person you like to skydive, go skydiving. You like to fish, go fishing. You know what I mean? If you're able to live in luxury, live in luxury. Don't let anybody force you. Because I know, like, our family members, they're rich and they're so cheap. Like they have all their money packed up in the bank and they won't even take a vacation, but they're gonna die and leave that money, and they're just miserable, living their life miserable. You know, so it's not worth it. Live a life that's pleasing to you, a life that's happy, and you won't regret it. You know what I'm saying? So ask yourself this question: whose life are you living? Are you living your life or are you living somebody else's life? So every day when you wake up, ask yourself that and make sure that you're living your life. All right. So guys, Thanks for coming to the live. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Banu, for your nice remark. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Customs. Hi. You guys are very sweet with all your remarks. So, thank you for always coming to the live. There's not much question. Hi, Muslima Revert. Thanks for coming. I appreciate all of you. Blessings to you guys. It's always a pleasure to see. Every time I make a live, there's a new person that I haven't seen before. So it's really nice. Thank you guys. And for everybody else who watched the live after, thank you. So guys, take care. I gotta run to the farm. Duty has to be done. What nationality and locality are you from? Oh, I am from the Caribbean. I am of African descent, but I was born in the Caribbean. Yes. And I live in Canada right now. Yes. But my ancestors are from the slave trade. So yeah. And I'm proud. And where are you from? Miss Revert? People always ask me. Some people think I am. Some people think I am Haitian. Some people think I am Trinidadian. Some people. Some people always like think that I'm from the Congo. Some people. Yeah. Shalom! Shalom, sister. You're from Maryland. Yes, I was in Maryland with my family when we was on vacation. We passed through there. It's a nice place. I like the green part of Maryland. We stopped there and it was nice. Yeah. We like to travel in different parts of the state. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Gotta go feed my chickens. They're calling my name. So I'm gonna go feed my chickens. I know they're quite hungry and they need to eat. I am Black American and White American. Oh, that's cool. Black and White American. You're half and half. And yeah. So I'm gonna go feed my girls. They're calling me. I gotta go to the farm and feed them. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next live. So shalom. I know there's some there's some people from Middle East to watch. Hi, I hope you guys are well. To my African friends, I know you're watching. Hi, hope you guys are well out there in Nigeria. My Nigerian friends, hope you guys are well. Take it easy over there. My Kenyan friends, take it easy over there. And all my friends all over the place. I know you guys are watching because you guys always comment after. Okay, so I'll see you in the next live. Bye.